Okay, let's review RA. So the context and the storyline of RA is that you are Rhodes Island, and as you may or may not read the story, Rhodes Island is currently in the destroyed state, and therefore you need to rebuild Rhodes Island. There's a reason why we played Rebuilding Mandate as an event at a certain point in time. So this RA is a bit interesting because it has a name to it. I mean, the RA2 also had a name to it, but in this case, they call this Relaunch Anchor as the name of the story. So you're rebuilding the land, and during this point in time, as you rebuild the land, you're still a corporation after all. So you do have to help things around the land as your duty of Rhodes Island. And you are making sales, you're making contracts with people, while also shoring up your defenses and building up your base. So the sort of way that this works is that there will be tasks, there will be missions for you to complete when going from place to place in order to get items, to be able to make the progress in the story, that kind of thing. And you will be upgrading your base facilities in order to increase the rate of production on certain stuff. And then there'll be items that you can use as well. Classic RA stuff, sorry. So as you have or haven't played RA, they have this thing where there's a timer for every stage. That's the amount of time you can farm and play around within there. Now, if you choose to end this, if you want to pause the stage, apparently, you're allowed to do so, I believe. So, unlike RA2, where I think you can't even stop the stage halfway, what this screen is saying is that if you pause your battle midway, it can actually return back. So, what I mean to say is, let's say you have a 10-minute timer, right? If you pause 7 30, you got out, you come back to RA, it will resume your gameplay at that 7 30. I think that's what it's saying. I think? Yes. And then if you pause the gameplay, I think what they're saying is that you can use this time to like deal with whatever preparation matters. Like you want to build the base, you want to build some towers, you want to eat food all of a sudden. I think that's what it's saying. You can do so. So basically, RA has a reason to pause. Like a more value to pause if you are that type of player. And then there's a production speed thing. Again, this depends on what item that you build. So as the stage progresses and you have the stuff, they will just generate. So I think this is the coolest part about the current RA, where what they put forth is now when you enter a map, it's more RNG. Alright? RA no longer has like memorizable maps per se. The tiles is generated. So the resources you get, the enemies you get, and the task you get can change depending on the map that you're in. So what they've done to the map is they've basically made every 6x6 tile a block, okay? So every new map, they will pick a variant of that 6x6 tile. Switch, and switch, and switch, and switch, and switch, and switch. So it could be the case where every tile minimally has 2 variations. But if you think about it, because everything is 50-50, it will hit a case where more often you will never see a full similar map, I would say. And you can purchase maps as well, as you saw later in the gameplay. So yeah, it's more dungeon crawly than it used to be. And this is why I understood that there's some RNG factors in play towards this. So this one has a mission when they first started the map, and it said to have a certain building so that you can get 8 iron as a reward when they started. So if we take a look at what's above... Now chat, I need to remove you because we are blocking the UI. Okay, look up there. So there's this new leaf thing, and there's this new mineral currency thing. So new stuff. And then there is also this like construction points that's in the middle, and then the timer on the top left. So there's this circle stuff. I feel like the circle might be action points, because you know how RA has action points? I'm guessing that there might be certain point in time when you interact with the map, and they will say cancel 1 action point to do something in that map. So cool that that's the way that they're doing things. What's the 0 out of 10? I was wondering what the 0 out of 10 is. So if you collect certain amount of minerals, it will increase by that. It's raining at the moment. This might be tech points, maybe, for like the tech tree or something. I'm not very certain what it is for though. The pause thing is that if you leave, you lose 1. Is it? So all the collection stuff are the same. But the difference between this RA and the previous RA is that if you notice on the bottom left of the screen right now, you see how there's a blue construction button? So now you can construct buildings while you're playing in the map, which never happened in RA2. And I think this is the biggest change for any RA lover to love, because it just makes sense, right? That in the moment you want to build something. You want to build an offensive tower, a defensive tower. You realize that you didn't bring enough factory builders, and now you can build more factory builders. this is super good that they're doing this.
别担心，我们可以建人带回去，从而扩大采集基站的范围。
Yeah.
别担心。
So you can see your amount of materials, like you see over here beside me, where I'm pointing at. I'm just gonna close my camera. So it shows you the current total materials that you have brought with you or collected from the stage. So that is telling you how you can build more stuff. Alright, you have to bring the resources back to base. Now we're actually walking factory, so it makes more sense to have it. Yeah.
我们可以把资源带，采集专员就能来到远处。
So that's how they're building the collectors, as you see.
台加工台来生产木板吧。
没问。
木材收拾不少了，先制作一个建材加工台来生产木板吧。
没问题。放置建造加工台，我们点开来看看。
哦，还有配方可以选择。
Wait, no. Okay, so you know how in RA2 we had the wood material, the iron material, and wait, no, we had wood, iron, and wood, stone, and iron, right? Those were the 3 tiers of material. In RA3, they've introduced something very new. They have a higher tier for each now. You see how the wood has like a wood block now? And then it has a stone block, and it has an iron block now. Or sheets. Yeah, they're like sheets. So they're gonna be used to build more things later. Oh no! No! My mat tiers have more tiers. It was already simple to just have wood, stone, and iron, and now they have like tier 2 iron, tier 3 iron. Is it auto build? Let's see.
这次我们就选择木板吧。
还有配方可以选择。
No, it's not auto. You have to click. If you click, then it will generate. Yeah, it's a processing unit.
那工
However
加工台就可以开始生产了。
The processing... The processing unit still needs you to smack it to work. It doesn't auto work. You need to send a fellow unit. You need to send them back in the mines. It's still RA. Why? Well, that's just how RA works. RA has a lot of things where you need your units to do stuff.
引得来西也一起攻击加工台，加速生产。
Yes, there's a chance that there's an automated version. But this is like the lower tier building, so it's not automated.
现在可以建造酿造加工厂，完成任务。很快，木板就造好了。
So that second tier, so with the wooden sheets or planks, whatever you see of it, the building to the right was what, when they entered the stage, asked them to construct. It was this tier 2 processing unit. So doing this will reward them with that 8 iron that you saw at the start of the stage.
现在可以建造酿造加工厂，完成任务，获取建设值了。接下来该领取。
Oh, so every time you complete a mission, they gives you another mission. Oh, this one is saying to construct something from that building. And it will give 10 iron sheets, I think.
交付整箱的饮料。
It gives 20 of those things. I'm not sure what those things are.
刚好可以在酿造加工厂。
喜欢的地方，把刚刚造好的酿造加工厂放到场上吧。
饮料所需的原材。
So, these tier 2 processing units have new materials that it requires. There's this medication one and there's this wheat with water. And it produces what looks like a medicine pill and a cola bottle. Oh no, maybe that's wine. Maybe that's rice wine because it's rice like wheat with this thing. So he's got the familiar water pumps. So this one is asking if you'd like to explore more maps. So in order to explore more maps or open up a new part of the map, you need to exchange your materials. So the first one states to give 10 gold. So the gold bar that you are familiar with in RA2, that's an option. The second one says to give 15 wood. And the third one says to give 6 stone. So he had 6 stone and he used 6 stones to open a new map.
领材料就能解锁新区域了。
And then that's why the map has opened on the very top.
快吧。
Oh, and it seems like... So the block is gone. So I think the thing that you feed might determine what map opens. I'm guessing. Might be wrong. Maybe. Could be that it opens the same map after all. But it's just a condition that you had to feed them materials to open that part of the map. And then in this case, he has animals to
可以利用干
capture.
员或采集专员去采集稻谷。
And wheat
那看
that
来
he
这
can
些建
collect.
筑啊都拥有了全新的机制。
更多的就等待博士们自己去发现。
Wait, wheat are interesting. Did we ever have wheat farms in RA2? No, right? Because the wheat farms are in our base, right? This is the first time that the wheat is a collectible item in RA3, like in the stage. So it seems like they don't operate the same way. So you don't like have to pick an operator to carry the wood or the stone. In this case, if you cut them, they enter your inventory. And then with the wheat that they have, they are making cola, which will help them with the mission. And I'm guessing you can sell that cola bottle somewhere, or that rice wine, whatever there is. Also, I think these points, like this plus 20 thing, is the thing you see on top. You see how it says 10 out of 10? So I don't really know why you're collecting that. I'm guessing there's some kind of like points to upgrade things. And I don't know if you can spend it. But yeah, his plant points and his wood points, those things are also increasing. But I just don't know what they affect though. Like you see to the where the chat box is. That thing has been going up as this gameplay is going on. It's on 66 and 16 now. But I don't know what they do. I think it's cool. So your base can improve. Your base also has 4 departments. Catastrophe Early Warning System is the first department, Logistics Support System, Laser Mining Module, and a Transshipment Port. Cool. So yeah, just new farming areas, new passive farming areas, new types of farming in the stages, and new offensive, defensive, new production kind of buildings that you can get in RA3. Hope it'll be fun.